Hello everyone, so I made a huge mistake again. I didn't do any technical issues this time, so it's not anything like with stupidity, but more or less my own clumsiness. I actually made it all the way to the shortcut area of 5.2, but instead of knocking the bridge down to connect the second area of 5.2 to the first area, I slid right off and ended up back at area 1. So I completely wasted, once again wasted an entire playthrough of footage playthrough thing. So I'll show you like where I fell off and everything, and where the second level, because this stage is divided by 2 levels and it's divided by 1 fog gate. It's very difficult to explain, but there are 2 areas of this swamp, and I'm gonna be doing this playthrough kind of weird, because I'm going to do all the extra content at the end. Although I don't know if I have pure Black World tendency or not. If I do, I'll actually I also want to do a couple of things. I want to change up my build. I want to be using the Crescent Falchion because I need something that's lighter, but I also need to take the Cling Ring off. I am currently in ghost form because I do not want to encounter any Black Phantoms in this stage, because if you do, what's it called? They're going to be chasing after you for quite a long time, and it's going to sort of detract from the video, and it'll become a very lengthy video. Another thing, this is where I fell off. So you have to walk all the way around the entire stage to get to that point. And instead of pushing this down, I was an idiot, slid right off and fell. So yeah, gonna redo this video for you guys. I got some of the items, unfortunately, and I did not kill the Black Phantom. The sort of like the big meat cleavery Black Phantom, so she's not gone, which is good. Ooh, I also want to put on the Adjudicator Shield right now because having that extra health regen would be good. Oh, and you also want to put the Thieves Ring on. You want to make sure the Thieves Ring is on, because we're going to be taking a shortcut. Okay, so the thing that's different about this stage in Blighttown is that you actually cannot roll in this stage. You just do this weird little thing. So unlike Blighttown where you can just put on the that Crescent Shield and just roll across the entire stage, or getting the ring that allows you to walk through water, like you can't do those, so you can't really do that. And on top of that, a lot of the enemies still have their mobility. Like, their mobility is not affected by the swamp, only yours is. So there are trolls in the stage, and they are aggressive. They're the same trolls that we saw in 5.1, the very big ones that kind of run at you. So you want to avoid them by using stealth. You can fight them on the island and roll around on the island, but it's not a whole lot of room to fight them on, and I prefer to just sneak past them. There's also a Black Phantom with a meat cleaver who likes to patrol the swamp, and she can roll and do whatever she wants. So fighting her is very difficult, and she's only around very tiny little islands. Like the trolls are at least are on fairly big. Like, this is an island right here you can kind of see, and you can see a troll up there. Oh, we may have to fight a tiny little guy real quick. Oops, I can't roll. Gotta remember that. So, see if I aggro the troll. I did not. Okay, so you want to kind of like work your way around this little island, but she lives out over there. I'll fight her later. I'll probably lose to her. A lot of you guys were giving me confidence, which is great. Or like, you guys were rooting me on in the comments, telling me that I can fight her, that I could get through her. But I'm not that confident in myself, and I'm gonna be real right now. Her and King Duran are the 2 NPCs that I struggle the most with in this game. King Alon is like nothing, but King Duran, man. I may actually go and fight King Duran too once I get the key, so that way I can use the Brant to fight Duran with, because I do need a faster weapon than the Dragon Bone Smasher to fight him. And it has pretty good stats for strength builds. Oh, okay, wait. So instead of going across the scaffolding like normal, I head out into the swamp over here. This is where Selene likes to sit, but you can actually continue going that way, and the Great Sword of Moonlight is over there, and I'll show you guys that later. But it requires a bit of bow work and some kiting of some enemies. It's quite lengthy, and I'm going to save it for the end of this video along with Black Phantom Selene, because I'll do like a bonus content video where I'll probably die a lot. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. That's one thing about my LPs is that they're constantly going to be featuring pestering parents now. Now that I've moved out, or now that I've moved back in, rather. Okay, so there's a slug that normally hangs out here, and when you kill him, he gives you the dull gold set, and it's really pretty set. It's actually worn by Scylla in Vinland, and I definitely suggest grabbing it. But after you get there, you want to continue straight against this wall over here. You want to keep going to your left. You don't want to go to your right because there are big trolls that can fight you. There's a little defiled mage that likes to hang out. He's actually that purple glowing thing over there that you can see. But instead of fighting him and the two trolls that like to hang out over here, I'm just gonna walk right at this ramp. Because forget them. We don't need to hang out with them. They're mean. And after you do that, the mage might chase you for a little bit. If he follows you, you can kill him over here. None of the enemies that are over there are gonna attack you because they're too busy just like sitting in their little huts for whatever reason. This gives us a chance to mess with our equipment a little bit. I don't have a better shield. The Adjudicator shield's pretty bad. But I definitely suggest using a shield in this area because it is very narrow and there's not a whole lot of room to roll. It's very similar to Tower of Astraea and Valley of Defilement 1. There's a little bit more room to roll than in Valley of Defilement 1, but you know. So we're going to be switching out our rings. We're going to do the Cling Ring and we're going to do the Equipment Burden Ring. So, yep. I also want to, oh, the NPC merchant should be sitting here too, but I killed her, so she's not. Actually, I want to switch to my Dragon Bone Smasher now. I think is a good time, although I am probably way too overburdened for this right now. There we go. That's good. You want to make sure you kill these guys because these guys will chase after you after a while once they notice you. Also, there are little defiled guys that have these weird black clouds around their heads. Not the purple clouds, black clouds. Those guys have a chance of causing plague when they hit you, so be careful. So let's get rid of all these guys and then continue. Oops. I saw him, but I didn't react in time. My bad. I'm still kind of tired. Oh, I also want to talk about something completely off topic too. I want to talk about... Oh, there's a mage just poisoned me. That's what that was. For those of you who are curious what that huge cloud is. There's quite a few mages in this stage. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Dragon Age. Oh my gosh, some of the Game Informer scans and stuff. I know a lot of people, including myself, were very upset with Dragon Age 2, and a lot of people have sort of given up on EA and BioWare after Dragon Age 2 and Mass Effect 3, and arguably Mass Effect 2. I actually was not a fan of Mass Effect 2's story. I was definitely a fan of like the way that they changed the presentation and like the graphics, but overall I was not a fan of 2. I liked the gameplay of 3. Like 3's multiplayer was actually really good, but there was a lot wrong with 2 and 3. 1 was a little bit... 1 had its goofy moments too, but I felt the story of 1 was very good. And the story of Origins was kind of bleh. It was like your typical token, like, oh, the orcs are coming up from under the ground with like a big evil, but aside from that, the character development is always really the interesting thing, and some of the races and the cultures that they like to come up with. That's sort of my favorite thing about a lot of BioWare EA games is that cultural element to it. And Origins was even better because not only was there like a cultural element to it, but you also got to play as different races, so it allowed for more of like an immersive role-playing experience. I always played as a Dalish elf because I felt like I got the most out of that story, because you get to, like, as a warden, you get to get them land, and then there's also stuff with the Alluvion and like a lot of elven lore and stuff that ties a lot into the main story with like Morgan and everything, but Morgan and Flemeth rather. So I really liked playing as an elf there, but I really like the Kossith or the Kunari, and like they've been kind of joking about making them a playable race, although they said it's wishful thinking. They haven't actually confirmed it, but they have confirmed that they're bringing back Dwarven, human, and elvish play like characters, which is something that they actually took out of 2. So that actually devastated me when they took it out of 2, because what the hell, why, like, what is a medieval RPG when you can't select your race? What is that? Like, what? Well, I mean, aside from Dark Souls, but there are many other races in this game. Yeah. But you know what I mean. Like your typical like elves and dwarves and stuff. So I'm really excited. Oh, and they also said they're not bringing the origin story back, but there is going to be a race-specific dialogue in the game, like there was in Origins, and all of the your character is going to be voiced. So, which is something that I was actually extremely impressed by. I thought that there was they were kind of doing an ultimatum where it's like we can either have a human voice-acted character, which allows for like a better cinematic presentation, or we can have non-voice-acted characters, but you get to select the race, because obviously it'd be very difficult to use different voices for different races, just given their biology and the way that they look. Like, a dwarf probably wouldn't sound the same as an elf, but, you know. So I really, when I heard that they were actually doing both, I was kind of shocked. Like, they really went all out with the characters, and so I'm very excited. I'm really curious to see how the dialogue is going to be, because I know with the addition of the dialogue wheel, the conversations felt more natural, but it felt like there were way less options to ask. So I definitely feel like I really hope that they improve on the dialogue wheel quite a bit. I also really want to play as a Kossith. Oh my god, I love Kunari so much. I love Kossith so much. I like the Kunari, but like you wouldn't be able to play as a female and be a Kunari. Okay, so this is where I fell off. So you gotta connect the 2 levels. But yeah, you'd probably, if you played as a Kossith, you'd probably play as like a Talvashoth or something. I'm probably confusing a lot of people who are watching right now. They're probably like, what are you talking about? But oh my gosh, I'm freaking out about it. I've been watching, there's like a video of them playing the pre-alpha version of the game, and for pre-alpha, oh my gosh, it looks gorgeous. And they were saying that they're gonna find a way to bring the decisions from Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2 into the PS4 version of the game, although I'm not sure. I hope that they don't do the thing where they just give you like the comic book and you kind of pick decisions, because I feel like the way that they did that in Mass Effect, it actually like there was a lot of side quests and many things that a lot of the people who did the comic book missed out on, which was really sad. I really wish that they did that for the people who like for the PS3 players that didn't get a chance to play Mass Effect 1, because Mass Effect 1 had a lot of really neat side quests that carried over into 2. Okay, so this is the boss room. I believe there's some enemies that fall down from the ceiling, so I may want to turn around and double check. I could be wrong though. So the boss is really strange. I kind of like this boss fight conceptually. This is one of the neater boss fights in the game. Not because the boss is in it of itself difficult, but because the boss does the same thing that Leechmonger does, where he throws flies at you and it slows down your movement speed. But the cool thing about this stage is that you can actually set yourself on fire with some of the torches, and that makes you move fast again. That kills all the flies. I actually, like, I do it occasionally depending on how close to a torch I am, but oftentimes I won't do it. I may actually switch to my Crescent Falchion because it's a much faster weapon. And I'm gonna... Let's see if I can make room for the Regenerator's Ring. Yes, I can. Okay, so you want to have max rolling speed and you want to have a decent amount of health regen. I'm actually going to switch over to my Full Moon Grass just in case things get pretty dire. And I don't have to sift through my little quick inventory to figure things out. But Ceaseless Discharge. Dirty Colossus is actually a pretty interesting boss fight, and he's fairly easy once you sort of get his attack patterns down, but he definitely puts up a fight. He's not quite a pushover like the Tower Knight and other people are, because those flies are really annoying. Oops, I forgot to roll. I can roll now, hey! Okay, so let's, he does this explosion thing where you can get hit with flies. But you want to break the wooden stuff on him. He's really slow. He's kind of cute. Like, he reminds me of like a teddy bear or something, because his like little hands are so big, or his big hands are so big, not his little hands. Ooh. I think I may want to roll to the right instead of the left, like I've been doing. Oops, okay. Maybe I want to stay on his left then. Oh no, I got stuck in the swamp! Ah, that's the one bad thing about this boss fight, is this stupid swamp. Because you can't get out of it unless you unlock him and you face the... Let's actually see how much the Dragon Bone Smasher does to him. I'll actually stop the boss fight and mess around with my equipment here. Let's go. Oh, it does a pretty good amount of damage. Can't really roll much though. Let's take off these. See if that helps. Does not help at all, but let's take it one step further. Let's just fight him naked. Oops, that wasn't close enough. I keep missing that roll. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now I'm poisoned and I'm probably going to get flies on me. Get out, get out, get out, get out of the water. Okay, so I gotta get this full moon grass back in effect. Where did it go? Why is it gone? Okay, so there we go. So we got the flies off. And that allows us to heal ourselves much faster. Sorry about that little dip there. Oh, I'm also poisoned. Should probably fix that. So he also shoots out these little clouds of flies that are just kind of idle, and if you run into them you get affected, which is annoying. He definitely picks up towards the end of his boss fight. Ooh. And you can dodge all of those attacks. I'm just being really dumb. Normally I feel like when I do like a blue blood build, or like try to go for the blue blood sword, I find myself much more agile, but whenever I play as... I need to go run into the flame. I'm just not doing well right now again. I need to reset. Okay. So let's just get rid of you now. You're annoying. Boop. Okay. So sorry that took me so long. Oh. Now I have to go kill myself twice. I'll make the bonus content video later. I won't do it right away. Let's get this. But yeah, how short was this video? It was pretty short. I could probably do... Well, I don't want to do the Astraea boss fight yet. I'll probably actually do that next. Maybe. People were saying that 40 minutes was a good length. I could actually go do that now. Let's level up first, though. Let's put some points into faith. This is like the Frankenstein build. This is a horrible build. Don't copy this build. Oh my god. Just pick one or the other. Don't pick faith, dex, strength. Do like strength, pure strength, or like pure whatever. I'm just kind of messing around at this point. My favorite build is the blue blood sword build. I actually should have done a playthrough of that, but I did a stream of that. And I actually get through the game much faster doing the blue blood sword build because it requires you to get rid of a lot of the more difficult bosses early on. And there's a lot of really easy ways to sort of, like a lot of really great shortcuts and faster ways to get through the game at a very low level. So that way you could do low level PvP or co-op with it.
Key to life's ether.
Yay! So that gave me 16 faith. So now I can use the meat cleaver. I'll switch over to the meat cleaver now.
Okay.
I forget what it's under. Here we go.
Yeah.
So let's switch you out to the meat cleaver. And put away the Dragon Bone Smasher because that's way too many heavy weapons.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna run into 4. Actually, I'm gonna kill myself first. So that way we don't get invaded. Because 4-2 is another really hot invasion spot. Gonna run into 4-2. Gonna grab some arrows. Actually. I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know how I'm gonna fight Carl. I've never fought him with a slow weapon before. I've only fought him with fast weapons. So I may just snipe Astraea, unfortunately.
Yep. Hello.
Maybe I'll fight him a little bit and see how much damage I do, and then if I don't feel like I'm doing enough damage, I'll switch back over. I don't know if you can parry the Grant, or the Brant, or whatever his weapon is. I forgot. It's been so long since I've actually fought him. Yeah, let's just fight him and see how that goes. I know that there's a way that you can kind of like kite him underneath. He can't parry a lot of attacks, which is really obnoxious. There's a way you can kite him underneath this weird ledge thingy. I don't know, I'm having an internal struggle right now, guys. Sorry about that. Normally it takes like about like 100 and something arrows to kill Astraea. I don't know. Ugh. But Astraea is one of my favorite boss fights lore-wise. It's really amazing.
Go forth, Galvinland. May you be unharmed.
Okay. There's a lot of really good dialogue during this boss fight, so I'll try to be quiet. The music's really amazing too.
Leave us, slain. This is a sanctuary for the lost and the wretched. There is nothing here for you to pillage or plunder. Please, leave quiet.
So for those of you with bows, you can just snipe her here. I don't have enough arrows, so I'm not going to snipe her. I didn't go into Fortu to buy them, unfortunately. Why is this guy still alive? But if you stare off over there, actually I'm just going to target her so that way you guys can see how to snipe her. I'll shoot her a couple times too. She's this is Garl right here with the shield. This is Astraea, she's like sitting. She's like a weird pinkish color. I don't know if I'm gonna hit her right away. I always miss. There we go. Yeah, you do very little damage to her. It takes a very long time to kill her that way. I did that in my stream. And she has really, oops. Oh no! She has really good dialogue. I just fucked myself over right now. I'm screwed. So this isn't good because they're the aborted babies. And they are gonna kill me right away. So I'm actually gonna restart this boss fight. Die. Go away. Yeah, I'm like screwed. Okay, so I'm just gonna die and then revive. And end up, I can't believe I fell there. So yeah, don't fall. That's one thing, because those babies will cause plague and they do a lot of damage. And they have like what looks like weird little nails on their hands, and that's why the weapon is called like the baby's nail, that one dagger that does damage. That does plague damage or whatever. I keep forgetting you can't slide down ladders in this game, it's really annoying. But let's try to fight Garl Vinland. If I can't, I'll probably stop the video and then just do like a separate video of me fighting him. So we're not gonna go back over there, but I wanted to show you guys where you guys can fight her, or like snipe her rather. But be very careful because you can also fall over here. And it's just as bad when you fall. But you can, Garl's right there. Come on, girl. You can kite him. Hey. But he will parry you. He's not afraid to parry. He's really good at parrying. He has really good defense. Okay, this isn't actually too bad. Seems like he's pretty weak on. He's really easy to flinch. He does switch to a talisman and he will heal. He will also use Wrath of God, which is very similar to oops, exploding attacks. Oh, wow, that was weird. I like teleported. Okay, well, he's really easy aside from that, it seems. But I remember when I fought him before, he was much harder. Like, he used to be able to one-hit kill me, so I'm not quite sure what's going on. But we will go fight him again. It's probably gonna take me a couple times. So sorry about that. This is probably going to be the only boss fight you guys are going to see me really struggle with. I think this was, well, aside from Maneater, this and Maneater. But aside from that, I don't know, this game is fairly easy on the boss fronts. Although Maneater is, like, for me, Maneater is more difficult than any of the bosses in Dark Souls. Actually, that's not true. Well, some of the DLC bosses are really hard, but... see if I can actually... Boop. No, he doesn't like that. think if I just like hit him twice, he actually doesn't... I just have to pay attention to when he's gonna parry. I think he just tried to parry me there. Yeah, he just tried to parry again. He's not a friendly fellow. There we go. Okay, so we're pretty much... we beat him. He drops a really good set of armor for males. I actually don't know... yeah, not females can't wear it, but it's really pretty. I like that set a lot. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, okay, sorry about that, I got really distracted, but yeah, Plague is really gross in this stage. It will mess you up. Oops, we have quite a bit of healing items here. The only issue with Astraea is that she does have Wrath of God. She will use it. It does hurt.
Please stop.
You will catch the Plague a lot. Sorry this is so messy, guys.
You are too cruel. You have abandoned.
Okay. Ah. Well, we can just leave at this point. Pure Blood Demon Soul is really good. Oh gosh, I kind of regret not making a Blue Blood build because Blue Blood is like that's like the sword I'm the most comfortable with because it has a straight sword animation. It's very fast, but it does a lot of damage, especially when it's buffed by light weapon. It's by far my favorite build in the game. It's one I feel most comfortable with. But I really like the Blue Blood sword and the Meat Cleaver, or the Dragon Bone Smasher and the Meat Cleaver as well. They're really fun weapons. The Meat Cleaver has a slightly more... it definitely is a lot more faster than the Dragon Bone Smasher, but it has very similar animations. I think I said it shared an animation rig with the Dragon Bone Smasher, but actually that's incorrect. It does not share the animation rig. It's like very similar, which is why I said that, but it's not exactly the same.
So the world might be mended. So the world might out the main.
So that was our weird build. But it has very similar attacks. But it is very fast compared to the Dragon Bone Smasher. Oh my gosh. So let's see what time we're at. We're at 34. So let's go see if I can go die to the let's go get killed by the Black Phantom that's out there with the Meat Cleaver. She has a Meat Cleaver too, although she has the ability to roll and I do not. So that is kind of a difficult thing. Oops. Did I teleport to the wrong one? Yeah, I did. Sorry about that. Messy LP again. I feel like I keep messing up. I don't know why. Everything was smooth sailing when I first started the game and now I'm just like, oh, I forgot to turn the mic on. Oh, I'm going to the wrong levels. Ooh. So let's see what rings we have. We have the Regenerator's ring. Let's throw the Thieves' ring on as well. I actually probably should have brought my purple flame shield with me so I could block some of her attacks if needed, but we'll try to block with the adjudicator shield. Let's also get rid of the this thing. Good thing though is if she kills me, I do have the ability to get Selene Vinland because I no longer have, I actually have positive world tendency right now and I need to get down to negative world tendency, so in other words I need to die a lot. So if she kills me she's doing me a favor. I'm really nervous to fight her. I haven't fought her in a very long time. I think since I first bought the game, really. I think I fought her once, and then when I finally beat her that one time, I was like, oh yeah, never again. I'm never getting near her ever again. But I'll do it for you guys, so you guys can watch me die a lot. Because I know that's really what you guys came here to see. I know you guys didn't want me to be very good. I mean, it's much more entertaining. What I'm trying to say is it's much more entertaining to watch somebody struggle than it is to just watch somebody play through a game really easily. Which is kind of why I plan on doing the blind LP with Dark Souls 2. So, hurrah. Where are you, lady? She's normally out here. Need to head back here. Okay. Nope. I can't roll. I can't roll in this area. She's got me in a spot that it is, yeah. Yep. Yeah, when she like pushes you off of that island, you're pretty much screwed. So, I'm not quite sure. Let's try one more time, and then if I die again, I'll call it quits. I didn't even get a hit in. Somebody said if you just smash her with the two-handed, but if she beats me out animation-wise, like if she strikes before I do, it might be an issue. You can't really roll behind her and strafe or anything. Strafe her? Strafe? Why did I say strafe? Roll behind and strafe. Strafe her. So let's throw on... Actually, let's just use a Stone of Ephemeralize, so that way I get more Black World tendency when I go back to the Nexus. I can actually keep fighting her until I get pure Black World tendency. That would actually be... I'm sure you guys wouldn't mind, but... I can't roll. Gosh, like, taking away rolling is just miserable. I'll say that much. Like, whoever designed this level, man, really, this, like, Blighttown has nothing on this level. Straight up. Blighttown cannot touch this. Looks like somebody else is trying to fight her too. Okay. Okay, so this is, I got her. Although, wait, what just happened? No! No! That was so weird. She just got up again. Well, like when I hit her that one time, it didn't affect her, but whatever. Let's see what time I have on this. I think I have 40 minutes now. I think it's a good time to stop, but I should head back to the Nexus and see what my world tendency looks like now. I only have -2, so it's not going to be pure black, but you guys get to see what world tendency looks like in action, I guess. Because I've showed you just like what it looks like periodically, but now you get to see, since you saw how like pure white it was, now it's neutral. So now we're at like the base world tendency. So I need to go down like a few more notches. So I need to go lose to her a couple more times, but I'll definitely be sure to film myself fighting her, so that way you guys have something to watch. But I'll do a bonus video for Valley of Defilement, so you guys can watch me fight Selene, and you guys can watch me fight her. She's something else, man. But yeah, her and Doron are my least favorite NPCs to fight. I really hate that swamp. She wouldn't be that big of a deal if it weren't for that swamp, but whatever. I'm gonna go lick my wounds somewhere now. So I hope you guys had fun watching, and I hope that helps some of you guys too, if any of you guys are stuck on Valley of Defilement. Yeah, it was fun. Also, somebody was really confused about the whole aborted fetuses thing. I don't know if it says in here. Okay, wait, dwellers are resting place for those who have been thrown away. I don't remember exactly where you can find it. I believe it's a dialogue with somebody, about the aborted fetuses. Like, it's just a place where they dump. It's not even just aborted fetuses, it's like also just like dead bodies and like people who have died from plague and just like sewage and other bad stuff. Actually, let me look up the whole aborted fetuses thing so I can find where that dialogue is. I'll have to look it up. If I can find it, or if anyone remembers where exactly the plague baby aborted fetus thingy came from, let me know. But pretty much it says in some of the descriptions like people who have been thrown away. But yeah, that's why there's all those like little babies in the Maiden Astraea thing, and that's why it's called the baby's nail, the weapon, and that's why it does plague damage. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it for this video. I think I'm going on too long with my rambling. So yeah, if any of you guys remember where the exact dialogue is, or like where it's kind of implied that, I know somebody was theorizing that those babies were actually like Astraea's, because she had she was supposed to be a priestess, and she was like a missionary, and she went to go like do what missionaries do and like cleanse the poor people of the Valley of Defilement. But a lot of people look down on her because they saw her as this outsider who's sort of like trying to convert them, and especially you kind of hear about it from the merchant. They kind of like don't like her attitude, but then there are a lot of people who praise Astraea. Like a lot of the people in the Valley of Defilement see her as their god, and when Astraea went to go save all these people, she had sort of an epiphany during her travels that if God were real, God wouldn't make people suffer this much. Like, here you have a bunch of people living literally in sewage and in like festering dead bodies and stuff, and she was so appalled that God would allow this to happen that she actually let's actually read her soul. She was so appalled that God would do that she actually sold her soul to a demon to help the people in the Valley of Defilement. So it's called the Pureblood Demon Soul. Actually, it doesn't say it here, but she's seen as sort of like the purest or most evil demon, which is, it's like her intentions were really good, but ultimately she caused the most harm. Like she only made the situation in Valley of Defilement worse because she wanted to save people. And I think it has a lot to do with sort of like codependency and stuff. There's a lot of really neat analogies there, but Garl Vinland is sort of like her knight, and he stayed loyal to her, and he followed her all the way to where she was, and even when she became a demon, he stayed loyal to her. And it's really sad, but when you talk to Selene Vinland, she tells you that she's trying to find her brother, and she's trying to seek him out, and that was always really tragic to me, because you kill him. But if you bring her his weapon, she gives you stuff. And at least I think you bring her his weapon. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure you do. Oh, also, somebody also pointed out in one of my early videos, and I wanted to sort of show this off, is when you're in soul form, and you walk on this, nothing happens, but when you revive... Sorry if I'm making this video really rambly and long, and I'm just showing you neat little Easter eggs, but if you revive here, or like if you revive anywhere, it doesn't matter where you revive, but if you revive in your body form, you actually are heavy enough to make the little symbols below you kind of jiggle. So it was really neat, like attention to detail. But yeah, I think that's all for this video. Finally, I'm done rambling. I'm done taking all your time. So yeah, thank you for sitting in and watching me die a lot. I'll once again upload that other video later. Probably not today. I want to play Dragon Age today. But yeah, have a good day, everyone.